It's 3 years since this epic moment. 3 years with my Model 3. What shape is my car in after those years of driving for a little bit more than 40,000 kilometers? It should be like a new car, right? Well, it's not only me that is interested to know the answer of this question. Also, the government is interested to know if my car is roadworthy.
Therefore, in order to continue to legally drive the car, I have to take it to a car test facility. This goes for every car, also electric. Of course, this is necessary to have this system in place, so the cars on our public roads are safe, both for me and for my fellow drivers that I meet on the road every day. This is probably no news for you that have owned a car for some time. Regular tests like this is done all over the world with cars that is not new. In Sweden, the rules are formed and regulated by the government, but the actual testing is deregulated. And a private company can apply and get the license if they have the right equipment and knowledge to do those car tests. And then they will get paid from the car owner for providing the service. So I have the choice to go to the company that is cheapest and provide the best service. It's a little bit challenge to provide good service when you have to find faults on other people's property, right? And many times the fault involves a lot of money to fix for the customer. Anyway, I choose the company called Bilprovningen this time.
I booked a slot on their website and arrived to the test center well in time for my appointment. Waited for some time, and when it was my turn, I entered the facility and handed over the car to the inspector.
The regulations on what to check on a car has not changed in Sweden for several years, and they have definitely not adjusted to the specific characteristics on an electric car. There is nothing extra checked just because this car runs on electricity.
All things are checked like it was a combustion engine car, minus the things that is missing on an electric car, for example the exhaust system. Nothing on the high voltage electrical system is being checked. Maybe that will be necessary in the future when EVs gets mainstream and people drive them until they fall apart. The height angle of the low beams are checked so they will not dazzle the oncoming traffic when it's dark. Also, the level of the fog light is checked, but here the inspector is not so happy. Brake fluid levels are checked. The inspector noticed that the screws for the battery is not properly pulled and needs to be tightened. The warning triangle is also closely checked for possible damage. Even if I did not use it. It can be damaged just by laying in the trunk, being squeezed between stuff that is transported or a spare tire. But Tesla don't have spare tires. Okay. The total distance driven on the car is also controlled and put into the National System for Vehicle Inspections. It is a little bit challenge for the inspector to navigate in the Tesla menu that changes from time to time. In order to continue the test, the inspector has to put the car in tow mode so the wheels will not be locked by the parking brake. Now it's time for check of the undercarriage and the wheel suspensions. The steering joint is being checked. Tires and the drive shaft looks good and have no defect. The shock absorber can hardly be visible behind the wheel. The link arms that is holding the wheel in place have some minor play, an indication that the car has been used for 3 years. Here there is a sensor connected to the absorber that automatically will adjust the low beam, so when the car runs into a bump, the oncoming traffic will not be blinded. I didn't know that some function like this existed. Nothing more to check under the car. Since the rest just consists of the battery pack. The parking brake is being tested. Now it's time for the test drive and the braking test. Most cars can use a roller brake tester for checking the brakes, but according to the instruction from Tesla, an all-wheel drive car like mine have the risk of tripping a fuse if this method is used. Therefore, the old-fashioned way is used. The car has to stop before the number 8 sign. No problem for my car. No need to further investigate the brakes. That's it. The test is finished. The regulation states that tests should be done in the same way in every test facility in Sweden. other rules and regulations may apply in your country. So, what was the final verdict? All the faults that was noticed was minor and within the accepted levels, except the fog light that has to be adjusted.
So my Tesla Model 3 did not pass the test, and now I have to contact the Tesla service center and ask them how to fix this problem. And then I have to return within 1 month from the date when I did the test and show the inspector that this issue with the light has been fixed. So a follow-up of this story. Now I'm actually sitting here at a Tesla service center, and I just passed by because I was on my way, and I went in here and asked them about this problem, and they just took in the car directly and fixed the problem. And I'm just waiting here for 20 minutes. Great.